Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Do you support Biden? Why? Well, I don't know. The country's a way better place with supporting Donald Trump.
Okay, it seems like you have a little bit of a delay. And how is
Can
it
you hear
better?
me? How was it worse?
Well, real GDP growth has gone down. Unemployment has increased. Inflation's increased since tariffs have been implemented. The jobs reports got worse. Insofar as that Donald Trump fired the head of the
And
Bureau of
where
Labor
and where
St-
do you where do you where do you get your information from?
AP News, NPR, PBS, Reuters, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, St. Louis Federal Reserve, the Congressional Budget Office, the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget. Where do you get yours from?
So all the news outlets that pretty much hate Donald Trump.
Some of those were economic data from the federal government, nonpartisan economic data.
Well, you know, in the world I live in, you know, it feels like and looks like everything's doing just a little bit better. It isn't where we want it yet, but gas prices have come down. Interest prices are stabilizing, possibly coming down in the new future.
At
We
lower rates
have
than
more
what they would be
businesses
if
coming back to
Biden
the
Harrison
United
is off.
States, which means more. We lost companies during Biden and Harris. So
No,
I'm
we
not
didn't.
sure where you get that data from.
Unemployment declined under the Biden Harris
Yes, we did.
administration, and it increased under Trump.
It
And so far,
declined.
since Trump's been in office, it's increased.
You see, this is where I don't understand. Where are you getting your information from? There's no that is completely untrue and false.
What was false?
That unemployment has increased under Trump. It was at all times high with Biden.
You want to bet?
How much you want to bet?
$100.
100 bucks. Okay, I'm on for it.
Okay.
So show me where your data's coming from.
Do you see it?
Pull it up.
Do you see it? So this is right here is when
I can't blow it. I can't blow it up. So
oh, okay, I got you. I'll make sure to make it a little bit larger. Just let me know when it's good. Is that better? Is that better?
yeah, that's better.
Okay, let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, so you
Yes,
see right
that's
here.
better.
Yep, you see right here. This is when Trump gets in office. Right here at what is it? Sorry, I'm going a little bit too far. I don't know why I can't hit January. Why am I missing January? I apologize. Let me do this, and we'll make it easier. Sorry, I apologize. Do you see it now? Here we go. When Trump gets in office here, January 2017, it was 4.7. By the time he leaves office here, it was 6.4.
Okay, so we're
So this is from the St. Louis Federal Reserve.
so we're talking about his previous administration. Are
Oh,
we
wait.
talking about his previous administration or his current administration?
Here's his current. I was also showing you his current administration.
Because obviously, yeah, there was obviously there's a gross decline when COVID hit.
Yeah, watch this. Watch this.
So we have to clarify which administration you're wanting to talk about.
That's fine. Here's 4% under when he first got in office, and since then it's gone up to 4.2%. So it's increased by 0.2%. It was 4% when Trump got in office. Now it's 4.2%. Do you see? So not only under his first administration did unemployment go up, but his administration so far, unemployment has also gone up. So you owe me $100. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio. Because again, it went from 4% to 4.2% here in July of 2025.
So we're in July. You're in July. We're in August right now, the end of August, getting ready to go into
Well, they don't have data
September.
for August yet because August hasn't finished.
Okay.
So then you owe me $100 Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio.
So
If you'd like to
you
pay up.
still you still you you yeah, I'll pay up. So you still didn't tell me why you're supporting Biden. Can you give me an answer to that?
Sure, you should also make sure to pay me my money. But as it relates to the Biden-Harris administration, I think they're better off in terms of the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the American Rescue Plan, and also Harris for her next administration was advocating for the $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through being 5 years old, $3,000 through being 18, a $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket, $35 cap on insulin for everyone, not just people who are on Medicare, along with the fact that we could also point towards policies that she advocated for in terms of specifically, right, again, greater investments in renewable energy production in the United States. We can point towards the policy she supported specifically in terms of paid maternity, paid paternity leave, expanding the ACA. Those are all examples of things that I would support. Increasing the federal minimum wage. I can go on a million.
So basically, just all feel good stuff. Nothing that amounts to anything. So if you want to work hard and make something out of yourself, that doesn't matter. It's all about free stuff. That's what you're about.
I think that we should provide basic amenities to everyone. I think there's baseline level things for everyone. Yes. Now everyone doesn't get this, but yeah, everyone should have baseline level of conditions. Now it's not just free in all contexts, but it is the case that we have to pay from it from a federal government perspective. And the way that we pay for it through the federal government perspective is going to have a better incentive
It isn't
mechanism
free.
than what is going to exist under private insurance, specifically in the context of healthcare. We do this with plenty of other things, whether it relates to firefighters, whether it relates to police, whether it relates to the military, whether it relates to our roads, whether it relates to Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps. I mean, those things are incredibly important. I think they should exist, and I think are really important for our society. Now, you say that's quote unquote free stuff. Donald Trump wants to give free stuff to millionaires and billionaires and disproportionately to the ultra rich and wealthy. He said specifically to big fossil fuel companies that if they gave him $1 billion for his campaign, he'd give them $110 billion in tax cuts. That's free money. That's free stuff. And apparently you don't care about any of that, even though Donald Trump signed off on $4 trillion more debt-related spending under his administration comparative to the Biden-Harris administration, and for his campaign plans for the next administration would be $4 trillion more than than the Harris administration, according to the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, which is a nonpartisan committee from the federal government.
Have you ever worked for a poor person?
What?
Have you ever worked for a poor person?
I've
A
only
person
ever
without
worked for
money?
myself.
Okay, well that would explain a lot.
What? What?
And
What
going
do you
back
mean?
to
What is
healthcare,
that?
so
What is that?
you're a little
Wait,
bit young.
wait.
I
What does
didn't
that
ask you your
explain?
age. I didn't. I didn't ask. I didn't ask your age. You're a little bit young. Going back to healthcare, so you
Wait,
don't
can I ask you a
remember
question?
the
Wait,
Obama
can I ask
years
you a question?
and
What?
the
Why is that?
Obamacare
Why is
and
that
how that was
wrong?
and how that was and how that was implemented
Can you like
and
respond?
and how that screwed up healthcare to the point of where.
I would love to talk to you, but I need you to respond to what I have to say. I would love to talk further about the ACA and how we could expand public access to health insurance. That'd be incredibly important in this country. But I would love if you would respond specifically to what I said, along with paying me. You owe me $100.
What is you would like me to respond to?
Do you
You
remember
can't
what we were?
remember, can you?
Do you remember what you said specifically about me? You said there was something wrong with me, like only being employed
Well,
by
I
myself.
said, well, that would probably be an issue if you've only ever been employed by yourself and never employed by anybody else.
Why
So
is
you
that an
don't
issue?
understand the real world, number one.
What? Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
And how is that?
because it is the case that I have an economics degree. I'm self-employed, meaning I work in the real world. I have like a business that I operate. I can point to plenty of things specifically that like are
What business? What business do you operate?
this.
That. Okay. Well, that's a good thing, and I'm proud of you for what you do.
Thank you.
I own two businesses and manage a third with multiple employees, so I understand real world ratifications. I understand real world problems. I understand real world payroll. I understand real world taxes.
Yeah, and I have an employee too, and I
I
understand
see it.
specifically,
I've
right?
seen it
I
for a
understand
decade.
I
For
understand as well.
decades.
What's that?
I I see the ups and the downs. I see the unemployment. I see not being able to hire people because of benefits out there. I see the individuals that are coming in wanting higher pay than what they are deserved because they don't have the experience, but they demand higher pay. I see it all, and this society we are living in is it's not a good place right now.
Well, when you don't actually pay the dues in which you're specifically supposed to, it is going to be the case that people are going to ask for more, like you not paying me my $100 that you owe me, along with the fact that, again, if you're not paying people enough, of course they're not going to work for you. If you want them to work for you, well, then pay more. That's how the market works.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the market also works based on your performance, and when your performance isn't there, or you're demanding something that you can't give out, then why would you get paid that amount of money?
Well, everyone needs a livable wage. If you don't want to pay someone a certain wage because you don't think they're productive enough in order to meet that specific wage, well, then don't hire them. Someone else can.
I'll give you this: you're a good debater. That's about all I give you.
Why?
I think you are confused, and hopefully, well, you're confused and misguided, and hopefully one day you'll wake up
How am I confused and
and see the
misguided?
world for how it truly is. I think it's pretty obvious, but obviously you can't see it, so you're not going to understand it.
So tell me.
Hopefully this has been a good segment for you to up your viewership.
Can you just answer my question? How am I confused and misguided?
Well, obviously, who you're voting for, and your understanding of politics, and your understanding of economics.
You mean my degree in economics? Can you tell me what market equilibrium is?
No, I can't. You
So
want to know
how are
why?
you going to judge my understanding of
Because
economics when I have a
one of
degree in
those
economics when you don't even know
uneducated.
what market
Wait.
equilibrium is?
I'm one of those uneducated idiots that actually owns two businesses and manages a third that are multi-million-dollar businesses. So, I'm one of those guys.
But you can't pay your $100 dues. One. Two, as it relates to this, if you want to reference, again, what I was saying, you can't specifically point to my quote unquote understanding of economics as a reason as to why I don't know enough or how I'm confused and misguided when I have a degree in economics and you couldn't even tell me what market equilibrium is, which is the intersection of supply and demand. That's like Econ 101.
Yeah, I admitted I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
So
I
then
admitted that I couldn't tell you that. So what's your point?
So then how can you judge me based upon that and say that I specifically am confused and misguided when I know significantly more than you?
Well, you think you know significantly more than I do
I do.
based on your college education, but life
Absolutely.
in general, you don't know more than I do.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Name one topic that you know more than me on.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm a successful businessman, so um, I'm pretty sure with my years of experience that I know a hell of a lot more than you do.
Okay, so then name one good business person outside of the context of Donald Trump that has 6 bankruptcies.
I don't go and study that. That's not what I study.
You don't know any of your business friends that have 6 bankruptcies? Interesting.
Well, I don't have any multi-billion-dollar friends neither.
Well, you also don't have any friends that inherited $400 million from their dad.
No, that'd be pretty nice to have happen.
Yeah, I know. You very easy to become a billionaire if you inherit 400 million.
No, I don't think it's that easy to become a billionaire if you inherit 400 million. You have to be smart enough to grow it to billionaire status.
Put it in an index fund.
For okay. Well, if I had 400 million, I would put it into some sort of fund just for you.
Yeah, you'd make more money than Trump did.
Oh, are you doing that?
Well, I didn't inherit 400 million. But yes,
You're smug.
I have a retirement account,
Oh,
yes. Because I invest at the end of the year. I opened one up.
all right. Well, this has been fun. Hopefully, it's increased your viewership, and everybody's had a lot of fun with this. I hope one day that you do wake up.
I mean, do you wanna like give me a reason specifically why you support Donald Trump and give me an actual basis for that position, or tell me specifically what I could wake up on?
Well, I
Or
support
or
Donald
pay me
Trump
my hundred
because he's
bucks?
real. Well, yeah, you're worried about your $100, aren't you? Don't worry
Uh,
about that. I got you.
okay. Well, I'm just making sure because a lot of people don't pay up when they make bets with me on the stream. So, but like again, like what could I wake up to? Because I mean, I'm always open to hearing what I could wake up to.
I mean, why don't you go do a little research about Donald Trump instead of listening to mainstream media? That would be helpful to begin with.
I have
I
done
mean,
research.
you're dying on a hill about 6 bankruptcies, but why don't you look at why don't you look at his character?
Yeah,
That might be helpful.
yeah, he was
Look at
held.
what he does.
Yeah,
Look at what
exactly.
he's done. Look at
hmm
how many wars. Look at how many wars he's stopped.
With who? What
Look at what
countries?
he's
And
doing now, trying to
wait,
stop
what
the
wars has he stopped?
Russian-Ukraine war.
And he hasn't done anything for that. So what wars has he stopped?
Well, there's been 6 to date. Why don't you go do the research?
So what 6 wars?
You're on your computer. I'm standing outside in the nature right now. Go do your research. There's 6 wars that he stopped to date. We're
Name
settled
one of
down.
them.
He's working on the Ukraine Russia war. I
No,
told
name
you
one
I'm
that he's
standing
got.
outside.
Name one.
I do I have a stutter?
No, but it wouldn't be
Did
bad
I
if you did.
stutter? Did you not understand what I just said?
I did understand what you just said, and you didn't provide a response. What specific war? Can you name one?
Well, I did respond. Give you a response. I said I'm standing out on my back deck.
So you can't give me a response.
I'm not in front of my computer. I just told you to look it up. So you're not wanting to give yourself a response or do the due diligence and do the research yourself.
So I am totally willing to do the due
What
diligence. I
policies
totally am willing to look into
what
things, and I
policies
do.
what what policy don't you like of Donald Trump's? What policies? Give me one that's
Yeah,
failed or that
yeah.
you don't like.
The big beautiful bill decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners, and for the bottom 10%, it's by $1,200 per year. Adds $3.4 trillion to the debt, cuts over 10 million people off their health insurance through Medicaid, along with 2.5 million people off their food stamps on a monthly basis.
Number one, you're looking at AI. So AI is listening to my questions and spitting back responses to you based on your personality and what you want to hear. That's number one. Number two, what is the problem with getting people off of federal help, state help? What's the problem with that? If they can go out and work, shouldn't they be working? You know what the big problem is? The bigger problem is people that actually do need the help, they can't get the help. They make $1 more and then they get cut off. And other people go in and they don't need help, but they keep getting more help because they keep pumping more babies out. And they don't go out and get a job. They don't try to help themselves. So what's the problem with making people go out and get jobs and support themselves instead of living off of you and me and everybody else? What's the problem with that? Go out and work. Provide your own way. If you're not making enough, make yourself better and grow and make more money. Figure it out. I figured it out. You figured it out. Why can't anybody else figure it out? They're just sitting home on their asses collecting money, food stamps, housing. You know, I own apartments and people sit on their asses all day in those apartments and they call me when they accidentally have temper tantrums and bust their doors wide open with holes in it and holes everywhere in the apartment. And then they say, hey, come fix this for me. Why should I have to do that? But I do because I'm required to by the state because they pay me money to house them.
So you have to provide basic living conditions, and you're mad that you have to provide basic living conditions. Wow, that's really up of you. Secondly, as it relates to this, there are plenty of people that are cut off of Medicaid and food stamps that cannot work, and they are trying to get access to disability, and it takes years for them to get access to disability. So while they're waiting to get disability, they shouldn't lose their food stamps and Medicaid because they can't work.
And,
Along with the idea that someone can't just not work, have no income, and have nothing coming in specifically, and just live off food stamps and Medicaid. That's not how it works. Food stamps does not give you enough money to live off of. Medicaid is not giving you checks, okay?
Obviously, you don't live in the hood or aren't down in the hood at all. So food stamps are sold like money. They are passed around like money all day. Food stamp cards get passed out. They get 50% cash on time for selling them. Number two, you're upset that I offer housing and people in my housing that I own tear stuff up and then they call me to fix it. Now, what kind of sense does that make? They tear doors down.
You need to
They bust
fulfill the
windows
level
out, and
of.
then they call me, and then they call me, and then they call me to fix what they tear up.
Okay, that's your
And
job
I'm
according to
required by
the
law
law.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I'm getting out of Section 8 or HUD or whatever it is you want to call it, because they have no respect for properties. That's why so many
Okay,
other
then
landlords
leave.
are getting out.
Then stop
And that's
doing
what's
it.
going to cause an
It's
additional
not like you treat people
crisis.
good anyway.
but it's okay for them. It's okay. I don't treat people good anyway, but you have no idea. I have some really good tenants that are going through a hard time, and I give them breaks. I comp their rents. I delete their late payments. So don't tell me I don't treat people good. You don't know me. You don't know
If you're
me at all.
complaining about ensuring that you have to uphold the
And I have
context
other
of the
tenants.
law in terms of conditions for people to live in, then yeah, you should definitely uphold that context, right? Of course, if you don't want to have to uphold that, then don't engage in specifically Section 8 housing and renting that. Right, you can specifically decide to not do Section 8 housing in terms of who you're renting to, and you can decide specifically to not have to meet that set of criteria. But you decided specifically to meet within that context of that business. So if you don't want to deal with that, then don't engage in that business.
So you're rating off of AI again.
I'm not reading any AI. I seriously am not reading AI.
Exactly how you're speaking.
I'm looking at myself. I'm
number two. You know, you're talking about people waiting to get on disability, and people that need food stamps and need help, and this and that. And I already addressed that. Why do you think there's so many people out there that are waiting? Because there are so many people that are taking advantage of the current status of 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 the government. There are so many people. They take advantage of the whole situation. So people that actually need help, they can't get the help.
So again, the big beautiful bill cuts millions of people.
I mean, there's not a win-win. There's no win-win either way unless people go out and get work. Do you know that what's the job what's the rate for job openings right now? How many jobs are out there that are waiting to be filled? Do you know that?
Yeah, it was about 70,000 for the last month, which was half of what was expected. It was expected to be over 150,000, but it was literally below 75,000, less than half of what was expected in terms of the job growth numbers. And the job growth numbers were so bad that Donald Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because it is the case that he thought that they were engaging in politically biased information. And again, what AI do you think I'm using that is going to give me such a fast response where I'm going to be able to read that quickly? By the way, I speak faster than I read. You can literally watch back my streams and you can see when I'm reading and you can see when I'm speaking it off the top of my head. And clearly right now I'm speaking off the top of my head. And you have to say that I'm reading off AI because you can't intellectually engage with what I have to say.
You didn't answer my question. You said for this month. I asked what are the job openings, or let me rephrase this. What's unemployment as a total in the country?
4.2%, 0.2% higher than when Trump got in office. And if you want me to talk about the prior months, it was 19,000 the month prior and 14,000 the month before that.
How many millions? How many millions?
Millions of what?
How many millions of unemployed are?
I'd have to specifically
how
look
many
at the labor
millions
force.
of people are unemployed
I can check.
currently? I believe there's 7.5. I believe there's 7.5, give or take, unemployed in America. You know how many job
It says
openings
about
there are in
5.7
America?
million. 5.7 million.
Okay, well, so you look that up.
Yeah.
What's the unemployment number?
4.2%.
Now you're going back to percent. So either way, there's a large amount of jobs that are open, and there's a large amount of people that are unemployed. Why don't we go out and fill those jobs? Why don't people that are unemployed go out and fill those jobs? Because it's easier to sit home and collect a check from you and me.
Okay, well, one, unemployment would be in reference to the unemployment rate, which is a percentage. So I don't know why you'd question whether or not I'm referencing a percentage. That makes no sense. Secondly, if we're talking about people getting food stamps and Medicaid, this is bare minimum
I didn't
stuff that
ask
should
the
be.
rate. I asked the number. I asked the number.
5.7 million.
I
I
didn't
already
ask the
told you
rate.
that.
I asked the number.
No, you asked
And
for
then,
the
and then
number.
I gave you a number.
I
And then I
told
gave
you the
you a number.
number, and then you asked me for the unemployment,
Well,
and
yeah,
I
I
told you
told you seven.
percentage.
I told you 7.5.
The 7.5 million is not the
All right, bud.
unemployment
I
rate,
got kids. So I got
unemployed
to
number
put
right
to
now.
bed.
It was 5.7 million right now.